Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Saturday primetime evening. I'm super excited because my next guest is the founder and editor-in-chief of NFT Kids Magazine, she's a French-born British children's author who originates from Madagascar. Claira Soazandge was inspired to start the magazine after seeing her 12-year-old son and her co-founder build a strong online following with his photography. Claira is the former co-editor of a youth publication in London and is now based in Asia, in Seoul, South Korea. She believes NFT Kids Mag will become the go-to outlet for parents and kids who want to venture into the Metaverse confidently. Through the magazine, she's celebrating the first of many. Claira is the first children's author in the world to turn her children's story into an NFT and the first magazine publisher offering NFT ad spaces available on OpenSea.com. So without further ado, let's welcome her to our virtual podcasting studio. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Hi, Wayne. Thank you for having me. Hi.
Super exciting to have you come onto the show and tell us what's happening, what's going on in your city of Seoul, South Korea during the past 1 week.
Well, at the moment we're on level 4 pandemic restrictions. So there's nothing much we can do. We can still go out and about and do what we want, but then we have to be home slightly earlier, or our bars are closing, restaurants, all that kind of stuff. But schools have opened, so children are back in school full time, and academies are on and offline. So yes.
Thank God we have the internet. And of course, this is going to be, a tough time for many who are still, going through some lockdowns in certain parts of the world, right? Just like in Singapore, we just got out of this temporary lockdown again. So it's just only recently that we can, go out for dining in and the restaurants are reopened. So, this is going to be a show that we're going to be talking about NFTs, not the COVID or the pandemic. So, let's maybe focus back on maybe your origin story, because I think you have a really wonderful background. And of course, you're one of your co-founders is a 12-year-old who's your son. So tell us how this entire project came about.
Well, last year, I was really amazed with the way things were moving for him with his photography. And he's the one that asked me if there was anything more that he could do. And then that's when I just had a flashback of the time that I was a teen co-editor of a magazine back in London, and all the dots connected. I felt like, wow, let's do this. Let's start a magazine and let's just see how things are going to pan out. Of course, I didn't quite know at the time how to go about certain things, because it's one thing being an editor, but starting your magazine is a completely different world. And back in May, Leo Gami, he's the guy behind NFT_community on Instagram, the biggest art creating platform. He's the one that mentioned NFTs to me. I didn't understand what it meant. It went completely over my head. But after a while, when I saw his followers, like the stuff I did around my children's books, I felt like that's when the penny dropped. That's when I had a light bulb moment, and I understood that actually NFTs is for everybody. You can be as creative as you want. You can use it. Yes, you've seen athletes, you've seen singers, and mainly digital artists. But you can be clever about it, and you can use it to promote any messages that you're passionate about. So that's when, for us, all the dots connected, and I felt confident, and I spoke with my son. And I felt like, now is the time. Now is the time. And because I also missed doing the magazine, that was 20 years ago that I was editor. I was co-editor of that youth publication. So this is a complete 360, doing this again, doing this with my son, sharing children's art. It's a dream come true. It's a dream come true for us, yes.
I'm just flipping through your first edition, and this is basically the PDF version that is already available, and anyone can just go and download this, right? And I'm just flipping through all these beautiful pages that you have created, and probably this page, brings to mind a celebrity in Clubhouse. I think Nila seems to be someone who's pretty famous in Clubhouse, right? And some of her work has been minted and have actually sold for for quite a astounding amount of ETH. So maybe tell us, how this collaboration with Nila actually came about.
Well, the beautiful thing is when we joined Instagram back in May, I think within a week or two, I started connecting with Nyla. So yeah, I was really amazed with what she was doing. So we connected in the back channels, we were DMing each other. And just roughly, I think it was early May, she announced the first ever Children's Day, NFT Children's Day. So I thought, wow, this will be amazing to be part of that. So we continued communicating back and forth. And so we were all excited. And I thought, okay, what can I do to help? I can design some banners, some flyers, some posters. That's what I'm good at. And so that's how we really started doing things together. And I interviewed her for the magazine. I'm so happy that she's on board. Yeah, so it was perfect timing for us. So even before the magazine was designed, I was already in contact with Nyla and her family. They've helped us so much. Even when I dropped, so for the NFT Children's Day, Jem, my son Jemaiden, he dropped his first NFT and they gave us the invite on foundation. They helped us through so many different things, even to this day. So we're very, very grateful that we have Nyla and her family as part of the NFT Kids Mag team, family, the whole works. Yeah.
This is amazing. I think on August 31st, which is probably in a couple of days' time, right? You will officially launch and release this first issue, which we are, getting this privilege to actually preview it right now on this show. And we understand this is an online flip book, right? So this is original art and also all this exclusive content, featuring all these successful kid artists, basically make up this first issue of your NFT Kids magazine. And, we were just talking about Nyla Hayes, right? She's a 12-year-old Twitter sensation who has now sold more than 65 ETH, is that right? Worth of artwork from this long neck key ladies collection. So who are the other artists that are featured? Maybe can you walk us through?
Yes, well, yes, as you can see, Nyla, she's an artistic genius, just that signature piece with the long neck and the way she's representing women in their elegance and then in the royalness, it's just fabulous. So being able to showcase her it's really amazing. We're very honored to have her on board. And then we have Noah. Noah is Korean. And he did this piece for his 10th birthday. So that's what his family did for him. They minted his first piece for his birthday, which was wonderful. And yes, we have Davik, six-year-old. He has a range of NFTs. This is one of the first second article in the magazine. And this is with VJ Nuritz. She's based in the States, and she has this very wonderful collection of emotional monsters, and she sold them out already. And I think she got signed by publishers. She'll be releasing a book very soon. Oh, we have amazing Devya, yes, 10-year-old from the States of Seoul, and she's autistic but very talented. We love her art, and her family have been very supportive. Baby Banksy Sevi. He's 9-year-old now. He's 9, and he's from the Philippines. We compare him to the street legend. Phenomenal work that he does. Yes, very supportive family too. And yes, this is an article with Dr. Kellen. He's based in the States, so he told us exactly what smart contracts meant, because I had no idea. I didn't understand what it was. So through the interview, he explains to parents exactly how you can use NFTs also as utility and smart contracts to sell services and other products on the side.
I just love, this is so visual, and at the same time, you're breaking down some of this, terminology, especially on crypto Twitter, right? That's a place probably to find out the resources and information, but you put it in a magazine format like this in a very digestible way. And I could say, even for the newcomers in the NFT scene, right? This NFT Kids magazine is going to be the new gateway to guide even parents like me and novices out there on how to actually navigate and understand, all these NFT baby steps. So could you maybe tell us a little bit more in terms of the inspiration, the creation process behind the magazine? Because you've told us so many great highlights already. Maybe let's deep dive more in terms of the creation process.
Wow. Well, the magazine itself it took me 7 weeks to put together from scratch, you know. So it was incredible. So 74 pages. We have 30 children from all over the world, kid artists. We have some exclusive interviews also with Q. Q is a top shot curator, a collector, sorry. And so for the creation in itself, for me, I really wanted to make sure that I gave every piece, every art justice. So for some, I just, I gave it some extra design really to boost the message that they're trying to put across with their art. And so yeah, like I said, so it was 7 weeks, 2 hours before work, 2 hours after work, on the weekends. I did as much as I could. When I had the front cover and the first couple pages design, which was Nyla's, I felt confident. Before then, I was panicking, thinking, wow, I've got this name, NFT Kids Mag, but how am I going to do this? I've never designed a magazine before, officially. So that was very daunting. But once I had those two pieces together, the front cover and the pages done, I felt like, okay, I think I know what I can do. And so I used very simple tools like Canva. The whole magazine is designed on Canva. Looking at it, I'm amazed that I was able to do so much with it, to be honest. And because initially, like I said, 20 years ago when I was co-editor, I didn't really do much designing for the magazine. I was just either writing, doing interviews, and recruiting writers and training the young journalists and all that kind of stuff. So this in itself, this is something I've always wanted to do, because every year I would dream that I would have my own magazine, but I just, you just every time you just push it back. You give yourselves reasons why it's not the right time, you don't have the right tools. But in this day and age, there's no excuses. And so for me, it's just a blessing that I've got the background, I've got the knowledge, and I've got graphic design skills, especially with the teaching job that I'm doing right now. I've been asked to do loads of designs, and that's what really gave me the confidence to put this magnificent magazine together.
I think this is rightfully probably the best NFT Kids magazine that I've ever seen, because it's the first one as well. And it's always great that you're a trailblazer, in this aspect. And we know that, it's incredible how you could, or anyone could just tap onto knowledge and experience that, even parents like ourselves all learn as, during our teenage days, right? And of course, you're able to actually share all this with your son and other children to help you showcase their art as well. So do you think that the NFTs will change this self-publishing game and how we actually view copywriting as well? Do you think that artists can now take control of all their creations and find another new way to actually reach out to the masses?
This is the reason why I am super passionate about the magazine, because like you said, my background, I'm an author. And so before NFTs came to the scene, I had gone through, certain traditional channels, which was quite stressful. And for me, I felt like, okay, if I'm going to go down the self-publishing route, I joined different platforms, different websites, different groups, and I was overwhelmed with the level of information and the steps. It's like it's a never-ending list of things you have to do. It's super complicated. Even just to get your head above water, it can take a very, very long time. And some of the author gurus that I've watched on YouTube, they've all said the same thing. When you're unknown, it will be difficult for you to spread your word. So you need to first create a platform, do something for other people. And this is something I've done all my life anyway. So when the NFTs came into my radar, and I thought, okay, I've always been passionate about inspiring children and the youth. So connected the dots again, NFT Kids. And I felt like then I could also promote my books. So I've got a couple pages also talking about my children's stories, which is all about inspiring children to push for their dreams and be confident and just go for the impossible, go for the unknown and unthinkable. So for sure, now I feel like I've got more control. And anytime, maybe this year or next year, I'm taking my time now. I may go down the traditional publishing route, but for now, I'm just enjoying the control that I have. And before I go down that route, it will change. It's changing it will change. NFTs will change so much. Being able to say to a publisher that you have your own collection of your, let's say, of your characters, of your stories, it will be big. And at the moment, I don't think I've seen many, but I'm sure as time go by, publishers are going to jump on the scene. But already NFT Kids Mag is already here, and we're looking to work with other NFT authors very soon too. So we're mixing so many different things. Children's art is priority, but we're all about children. So we're also promoting children-friendly, we call it lovable art, by adult artists as well. So yes, definitely to answer your question, NFTs will change when it comes to copyright policies, the way people copyright their work, and patents, intellectual property. It will change everything. It will have a really nice ripple effect, and it's giving creators the power to take control.
I love that you're curating, these talented artists, and it's not about how young you are or how old you are, right? And of course, these kids deserve the spotlight, and some of them are also very successful selling kid artists already. So it's great that you're putting them all together, using your platform, and we are able to discover some of these artists that probably people in Asia, we are not aware of. Unless you're super, active on crypto Twitter, then maybe we are able to maybe see some of their work. But I think your magazine is now the go-to place for us to discover new and young talents around the world. Tell us about this artist, Christopher. I think there's this headline in one of your pages, our first secret NFT dropper. So obviously he's also a model, right? An NFT model, someone who is as young as Christopher stepping into the metaverse. This immediately brought to mind a question that I was asked during one of our recent Clubhouse session. Do parents need to worry about kids as young as 12-year-olds, 10-year-olds entering the metaverse? What would be your reply to this question?
No, because parents of children are on Twitter. They're on Twitter. They are on TikTok, on YouTube. So the metaverse is no different. The only thing is, you're able to reach the masses by selling your art, or whether it's a book or audio. So it's no different to what's already available out there in terms of whether parents should be scared. No, not at all. I think this is the perfect time to be a creator. And now you have parents and children working together to build a future. Right? For the kid artists that are already selling out, you're talking about being able to save for college scholarship. You understand? The NFTs is changing lives. And it's changing lives of adult artists. So why couldn't it be the same thing for children? And we know that children's art is the basic form of creativity. It's the basic magical form of creativity. Children are born to create. We are all born to create. And so for the young ones that already know, so the ones that hug their dreams, they come into this world hugging their dreams, knowing what they want to do, we ought to support them. We shouldn't say to them, okay, wait until you're 16 or 18 to create. No, if you're confident, you know what you want to do it. And then you'll have platforms like myself, and also platforms like Nyla. She has a very strong Discord promoting other kid artists too. So for sure, parents should not be scared at all. There's a plethora of children creating. There's communities being built to encourage parents to get to know, because it's complicated at first. Even for me, trying to mint Jem's first piece, it was very complicated. But now that we've gone through the process, I can encourage, I can guide. So that's the reason why, because the metaverse is unknown to everyone, to you, to me, even the ones that are successful in the scene. We still don't know what we're doing. We're creating this metaverse as we're going along, right? Where everyone is freestyling. So for the ones that have maybe like a few months ahead, we can then talk to other parents. And that's what I want to do. I want to help onboard other parents. I have another account called Wonder Willow Tales. That's where I promote my children's books. And there I've seen other kid artists that have no idea what NFTs are. It's still so many are still clueless. So soon I'll be reaching out and inviting more parents and kids to let them know that this is available. Every child needs to, jump on board, exploit, do what you need to do, have fun, and create a future for yourself and be an inspiration to others. It's phenomenal. This is the right time to be a creator, no matter the age.
Super spot on. I think what you said that really resonate. And I totally agree that children today are growing up digitally, right? That is a fact. So it's so imperative that they learn all these importance of digital use and even citizenship as part of the metaverse. Yeah. Exactly. Early in this world where technology is an everyday part of our life already, and also have fun while they create art. I think these are really important, and we're not going to deny them the space to play. Yeah. So before we let you go, can you believe it? We have already have this conversation for more than 25 minutes, and we only have 5 minutes left. I just want to maybe ask you a couple more questions before we let you go. What is on NFT Kids Magazine's wish list, and what do you have planned for issue 2?
Well, on our wish list, we would love to interview some of the biggest artists out there, so that they can, anyone like Beeple, we want to go big. That will be down the line at some point. Artists like Marcel van Leeuwen, we want them to inspire our young readers. Or Gary V. Gary V is top on our wish list. If we could somewhere somehow interview him, and because we do feature him on page 70 of the magazine. So in terms of the big creators out there that could inspire young creators, that's who's on our wish list. And we have some very nice surprises. I mean, issue 2 is already writing itself. The amount of people that are coming forward and say we want to contribute, we want to feature. So the level of content that we have is going to outdo this first issue for sure, like 100%. I'm excited already, and so that will be in the works, and we're hoping to release issue 2 before the end of the year. So we want to release every 3 4 months or so. So we want to give time to give this first issue its leg and let people know that we're available. And very soon we have our first young writer. We've recruited our first young writer, Claira, from the States, from America. And her Twitter handle is Nikki Le Sunshine. So yes, so we have our first young writer. We're so happy about that, and we just want to see the team grow. We want more young people to come forward. If you're good at writing, if you're good at design, we want young people to come forward and come and express yourself through the magazine. You have a platform when you can express your voice, be heard, and all the limelight will be on you. So yes.
I think Gary Vee has just published a new book yesterday. I think, or maybe this morning. I was watching, his marathon 5-hour live stream this morning, where he was talking about his new book, which is going to be, airdropping some NFTs on people who buy his book as well. I think both of you have something in common. Both of you are authors, and I'm sure that when he finds out what you're doing and the incredible and thoughtful way you're putting your magazine together, it would be so easy for him to say yes to be part of your next issue. And I wish you all the best. But before we let you go, we want to do a rapid fire round with you. This is something that we do with everyone who comes onto our podcast. So are you up for it?
I didn't hear, sorry.
It's a rapid fire round. I'm going to throw a bunch of questions to you. The rules are pretty simple. Just keep your answer short and pithy, maybe 1 sentence or 2 maximum. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's go. What are your proudest life moments?
This magazine is one of them. I am super proud. So, yes, I would say that's one of them.
100%. If I made that magazine, I'll be super proud as well. What do you want doing less of in 2021?
Less of, oh my word. Less of working full time so I can focus on this project.
What do you want doing more of in 2021?
More writing, more creations, helping my son do more of his creations too, more of his photography, being more creative. That's my wish. Yeah, more of.
Super spot on. More making, yeah. Any advice for NFT children artists?
Yes, I would say for sure. Do your research, be creative, have fun. Have fun. Don't worry about the outcome. Just this is the best time for you to be creative. Within the magazine and what's out there in the metaverse, you can see there's so many children doing it. So don't feel like you have to wait. This is the perfect timing. There's so many communities out there to support young creators like yourself. So be confident and just create. It's our duty to share. Yes.
Any future ambitions or side projects?
Yes, I'm looking to drop my chapter book called Yaya, the Baggage Handler. So I will turn that into an NFT. And so that's one personal project that I'm super excited about, to be able to also show the metaverse my fictional writing skills.
How can people reach you?
Yes, NFT Kids Mag. You can research us on Instagram, on Twitter. You can DM me anytime. I'm very accessible. I respond very fast, and I'm here to support. So on Twitter, on Instagram, NFT Kids Mag.
Let's put the link tree on top below this page so that people can access all these wonderful, content that you're putting out. And of course, find more ways to reach you on social media as well. So with that, thank you so much. It's exactly 30 minutes. And any last words or message to our listeners who are replaying this podcast on their AirPods or smart speakers later on?
Yes, we're selling the historical front cover of our magazine. It's available on OpenSea. So if anyone would like to come and support so that we can raise funds for future issues, that'll be wonderful. So reach out, support, retweet, and support all the children artists within the magazine. Go and find out what they're about, follow their stories, find out who they are. Buy their art also. It's very important. We're building the future. The future is here in the metaverse, and it needs so much support. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. And with that, we bid you adieu. Hopefully you'll be back in the near future and maybe share with us your new updates. And we wish you all the best and have a great weekend. Goodbye.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you. Bye.
Good night. That's Claira. So do find out more and go straight to her link tree. I think she's doing fantastic work with NFT Kids Mag. I always wanted to put out a NFT magazine as well, but it still remains a pipe dream. And probably after the taping of this episode, I'll be able to get some advice from her how to put these huge projects together. It looks like something that requires a lot of energy and effort, and you could see from the outcome, right? And all the wonderful pages and visually stunning content that she put out in the magazine. She put in a lot of effort into this. So she's inspiring the rest of us to create more, to make more. So I think this is going to be a project that everyone should focus and maybe follow through and even keep yourself updated in the future. So with that, I'm going to end this podcast. You've been watching Proudest Asia, the NFT Asia podcast. Do check out as well our Linktree. We have a new revamped Linktree page where all episodes, including this one, will be easily accessible for everyone and all condensed in one page. So do check that out as well. My name is Wayne. Thank you for watching. Good night, everyone.